The United States is a huge country filled with
trees.
In the year -billion, the United States was not here.
But in the year 1800, it was.
At the beginning of the 19th century, the United States looked like this.
But then, in 1803, a dude named Jefferson was like,
"Hey, let's buy some land."
and Napoleon, a little French dude, was like,
"Chill, I'm gonna give you more land for a good deal."
Except it probably sounded more like
Bonjour, croissant?
Anyway, the deal was
buy half the Louisiana Territory for $15 million and get the other half free.
So then, the United States looked like this.
And thus begins our Western journey, an emotional expedition of spiritual toughness and also gold. One fun event happening at the time was the Oregon Trail, and the Mormon Trail, and the lesser-known Zoroastrian Trail. People came from all over to go to Utah and marry millions of other Utahians. And at the same time, people went on the hunt for gold, sniffing every corner of Cali for instant fame and riches. But one minor consequence is that was lots of folk died.
So in 1812, we got mad at Britain for taking our soldiers and not letting us boat our boats and stuff. So we went to war, and it was a smashing success. Until they burned down the White House and it got really complicated, no one really won.
You forgot the marshmallows.
Ma.
Come with the boss.
So after the Louisiana Purchase, the U.S. kind of chilled for a little. But then we decided that we wanted Florida. So we had the Treaty of Adams-Onis in the year 1819. Monroe said that Jackson could maybe take Florida if he wanted, but it wasn't his idea. Therefore, the removal of the Seminole Indians was not Monroe's fault. So Jackson took his best buds into Florida and said,
"Can you guys maybe go away?"
As you may imagine, the Native Americans said,
Yeah, no thanks.
So Jackson and his buds were like,
"Yeah, but we have guns and stuff."
And the Native Americans said,
Okay, I guess.
So we got Florida. Then, now that we had so much more land, we had to figure out where we'd allow people to own other people. It was a pretty big deal at the time. Hashtag slavery.
Hashtag Monroe my bro.
Hashtag mutton chops the new wig.
Hashtag slay Henry Clay Bay.
So basically, the U.S. looked like this. The North did not support slavery, but the South did. Because our territory was expanding, we had to figure out where we'd allow slavery in new territories.
And we decided on this magical line of division. Right here. Above this magical line, no more slaves, except for you, Missouri. You're special. And we added Maine, who wasn't special, so no slaves for you.
Later, Andrew Jackson became president, and he was great. He thought that everyone should vote, well, as long as you were white and a man. But you didn't have to be rich. He decided that we should move a little to the west. Guess who was already a little to the west? The Native Americans. He came up with a brilliant solution. Remove them, all of them. Correction, it was not brilliant. Many of them died. It was also unconstitutional, and the Native Americans cried the whole way. So it's called the Trail of Tears. Later, Monroe decided that we'd be better off if Europe left us the heck alone. The U.S. hadn't finished working out and wasn't strong enough to kick Europe's butt. So we didn't, and we stayed home, and we started working out twice a week. This was basically the Monroe Doctrine.
In 1835, Texas was like, screw you, Mexico, we outie. So they left. But Mexico was like, nah man, we still own you, you ain't going nowhere, go to your room. And in 1836, war started, and Texas won, yay! Or boo if you're Mexico.
So then, in 1845, Mr. James K. Polk became the new president, and John Tyler cried himself to sleep.
Knock knock, get the door, it's religion.
After the Second Great Awakening, people were loving
Jesus.
This writer named John O'Sullivan wrote about how Jesus told him he should take over the continent. So then, President Polk said, okay. This was called Manifest Destiny.
Polk was big on expanding. His whole platform was expanding. He liked it a lot. It was his whole platform. It all started when his mom told him to stop playing so many video games and go outside for some fresh air. And Polk said, I'm gonna go get all the fresh air. And so he did. And he cried, "We all the way to California."
And we finally conquered the West. Get that squared away.
Then in December 1845, the U.S. said, "Merry Tex-Smith, you're a wizard, Harry!" AKA, join our nation.
It's time for Mr. Polk's War! And there were lots of battles, like the Battle of Palo Alto, the Battle of Resaca de la Palma, the capture of Monterrey, the Battle of Buena Vista, the capture of Veracruz, the Battle of Cerro Gordo, the Battle of Contreras, the Battle of Molina. Anyway,
A lot of people died in battle, but even more died from disease, especially yellow fever. It made your eyes turn yellow, but it didn't make everything look sunshiny and beautiful like everyone expected. It also made your skin turn yellow, and it made you pukey. Yuck.
The war ended in the Treaty of Guadalupe y Hidalgo on February 2nd, 1848. Mexico got 15 million buckaroos, and the US of A got Cali, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, and the Rio Grande River as the border. Mexico was sad because they lost, but Polk was over the moon happy. His expansionist platform succeeded. So now the US was super big.
Okay, bye.